You focused on possibilities or impossibilities? Are you focused on what could go well or what could go wrong? Are you focused on all the good that could come or all the bad that might happen? Now, you might say neither. You might say I'm neutral, but I'm not buying it. And what I find is many times we fall into the trap of focusing on impossibilities. What could go wrong? Um, what would be bad? To the almost exclusion of possibilities. When we look at new ideas, whether it's in our business or our personal life, often the first question we ask is, but what if? And often that what if, and this is key, what follows the what if is most important. Often that is, but what if this bad thing happens? Or what if this fails? Or what if this doesn't come to fruition? Or what if we lose money on it? We tend to start with the negative what if. And I'm not saying that we ignore those things, but we take things to a point of a conscious choice. In order to make a conscious choice, we have to have information and perspectives on both sides. So what if instead of starting off with, but what if this went wrong, we started off with, what if this worked? What if this worked out? What if this great good came from this? I was talking to a friend last night, and what we came up with together was a new way to think about our perspective, and that is to lean into the realm of possibilities. The realm of possibilities. And I love that word because the word realm invokes the sovereign, that sovereign in each of us, that sovereign that I believe is in some way energetically a part of our lives. But we've got to make some choices. And whether we focus on the possibilities or the impossibilities is a choice. In order to make it an informed choice, we need to, at a minimum, have a balance of looking at the possibilities and the impossibilities. And obviously, impossibility should be a very limited world of what is impossible. But let's focus on what could go well. So when we start out with what if, but what if this works out just as we planned? What if it turns out to be magical? What if it's more than we ever imagined? What if this works out beautifully? What if we succeed? What if we win? Let's focus on the possibilities, what I'm calling the realm of possibilities. Make that a choice. And somewhere in the mix of all of this, it feels like curiosity is in here. Because when we focus on what could go wrong, are we really curious or are we naming and labeling these negative outcomes or these limiting outcomes or these things that go wrong? So focus on especially where you start, realm of possibilities or arena of impossibilities. And then make sure you don't lose sight of those possibilities as you make a conscious choice on what risks to take, what discomfort to embrace, and what leaps to make. The realm of possibilities is truly magical when you let it be all that it can.